Welcome to Christian Statesman. I'm your host, Zach Wagner, and today is episode 14, Why Socialism Never Works. We always hear supporters of socialism lament when another socialist system fails. That country did not do it right. It can be done better next time. Venezuela has been the latest case in point where, under socialism, it transitioned from the wealthiest country besides America in the Western Hemisphere to running out of pet dogs because food is so scarce. And all of this precipitous decline in less than 2 decades. Socialism never works, and there are several reasons why. Let's look at just a few. The first argument against socialism, defined as a system under which the state controls means of production, resides in the fact that the entire socialist concept violates 3 of the 10 commandments. Again, if you subscribe to the ideology that God controls the fate of nations and nations prosper largely upon their righteousness, you will recognize immediately the shortcomings. First, in socialist or communist states, the state itself is seen as a final authority. This is the reason religious freedom is so readily squashed in such regimes. It does not sit well with tyrannical state overlords for the general populace to hold a higher level of accountability within deity. It does the state no good for the populace to have any moral code outside what the state dictates. Therefore, if the state demands adherence to actions contrary to the 10 Commandments, they wish no interference from any bothersome pangs of higher conscience. Secondly, socialism violates the edict of thou shalt not steal. Under socialism, the state is systemically involved in removing assets from one member of society by force to redistribute to another. Not only is this fundamentally immoral, it removes any voluntary or charitable will of providing one for another from the system. In most socialist systems, the taking of wealth in businesses is often perpetrated at gunpoint. It takes the fruits of labor from one who has earned it by their own sweat and forces it into the hands of another, usually those in favor with the state elite. Third, the system promotes covetousness. Socialist dogma promotes covetousness among underclasses by labeling more prosperous citizens as exploiters who deserve to be ransacked in the name of equality. And when the masses yearn for the distribution of unearned goods from another, they sustain this covetous circle. A fourth and even more poignant reason is the fact that no group of individuals, no matter how smart or informed, can run a complex modern economy more efficiently and more fairly than the open market. Only in a truly free market can the real winners and losers emerge. In a free market, if a good or service is delivered at a price people like and it makes a profit, the offering prospers. That is the fairest, most unbiased filter there is. Under socialism, the government engineers winners and losers, and efficiency or profitability matters much less. And we will not even mention innovation, a concept poorly nurtured in conformist socialist realities. Thus, in 1985, you could buy any one of a dozen car brands in America on a given day. But for junky, state-built Lada, the wait list was 10 years in the Soviet Union. Today, 93% of Americans own a car, while 13% of residents of China have access to one. One system is much more fair and efficient than another simply because a prosperous, modern, centrally planned economy is a technical impossibility. There is a reason so many people are attempting to flee their socialist or communist countries for the United States. Opportunity and freedom have much to do with it. Any system that destroys individual incentive eventually destroys the individual. There's nothing more insidious than removing a person's incentive to grow and thrive, and that means personally, spiritually, and economically. Socialism inhibits every aspect of human development, and history reinforces this fact over and over again. Socialism has never worked, and it never will. We hope you enjoyed today's message. Please subscribe and tell your friends.